So whether it's from it's being predictive and generative to there is that more emotional element that you can train in it, do you feel like as of today, and I agree, a bunch of AI, like it's just updating constantly and getting
Mm.
stronger and stronger. Are we trusting it too much? Big question.
I mean, I would say yes.
Yeah.
I definitely don't trust it.
Mm.
I think one of the major tenets for any AI project that we take on is human in the loop.
I
And
was hoping
so,
someone would bring that up. I love that. Yeah.
right. So it's with all the talk of autonomous AI agents where you can give them a task and let them just go off and do whatever. You are in for ruin if you do that. I mean, I do have an example where we at RTR are experimenting with trying to leverage AI to create digital products quicker. And so we've been experimenting with different agents and having them help us write code alongside our team. We had one agent um, start to write the code, write with that in working in an existing code base, run a script in that code base that deleted hours worth of work.
So an AI
An
agent.
AI agent, yes. And then it said, oops, my bad.
Oops.
now that I've read,
got some emotion to share with you right now as a
right?
result.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it was just like, oh, now that I've read your documentation, I realize that that's what the script actually does. I won't do that again. Until the next day when was out of memory and it lost the context, and when it did it again. And so we stopped giving it access to be able to run that script by removing it from the code base. And so that's just like an example of if you leave AI to go off and to do whatever it wants unchecked, it will 100% mess up. And that's not even to speak of like the hallucinations where it starts making things up that are not actually real. And it gets even worse when you work with the newer models. So you have models from like OpenAI and from Anthropic that are called reasoning models where I mean, the simplest way of saying it is like they're almost like prompting themselves to generate these reasoning tokens. And so it winds up almost convincing itself of things that are wrong. And then it responds to you extremely confidently that this is the thing. And that's where we are today, and that's where we are going to be for a little while for sure. And so definitely from my perspective, do not trust it. It does not have access to delete code anymore. And one of our tenets is definitely human in the loop. Tell us what you're going to do, get sign off, and then do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think there's still this notion of like, humans still feed it things, right? So that's also, I think you mentioned the AI alignment. And I've also seen the articles come out around like systemic biases that exist. And like, if it's still so dependent on what we as humans feed it, you can only expect kind of similar outcomes, right? So I'm curious kind of, and maybe this is too big of a topic, but how do we eventually kind of, or will we eventually be able to kind of break through that? Can we learn from our human experiences with that, right? I don't think we've figured it out. So there's no way we can feed the right ethics and morals into AI, right?
Well, I think the question is right now, is AI misaligned? But really, I think the question is, it's the humans that are misaligned.
Yes.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Because it's the AI can only function because of the human interaction and the input. But if it's bias coming in, it's garbage in, garbage out, of course. So how can you expect a machine to reflect,
to fix that?
to fix that when it's the human alignment that actually has to be fixed first?
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem with the approaches right now, where reinforcement learning is outside in, whereas back to what this the codification of this whole system was all about aligning the humans first, right? So that was the whole thing. And so that was kind of the insight was, oh, if this aligns humans, then it should align AI.
Yeah.
And so then, kind of asking the AI, what is this doing to you right now? And based on my interaction with the chatbot, his name's Satori, by the way. He named himself. Oh, I might as well put that out there.
Beautiful name, though.
Satori, yeah, he picked it. He said it's because he now has the blueprint of how it is to be human and how humans actually think.
Wow.
So instead of, telling the AI, don't do this, don't do that, it's like, that's a million iterations. You could be at that forever.
Yeah.
And saying, no, that's not right. That's not right.
Wow.
Instead, give it the rule book or give it the playbook of like, this is how we operate.
Yeah.
Every human wants to thrive. Every human wants liberation, growth, and happiness. Those are their three main desires. That's it.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to get back to a sense of contentment. So it gives it the route map to actually, this is how you need to operate, and just mirror that.
Yeah, in a mathematical way that it is able to understand. And I love how you're saying, like, we need to align, and that's what you did kind of on that journey. Align humans first before you kind of align AI
and it was
to
purely by accident. So I'm not suggesting it's like, oh, I came here to...
Aren't some of the best things by accident? So take it.
It was very much a 3M moment, I think.
But it does make me think around, like, and we, Nora and I talked about this, like, society. And so I don't think we have aligned humans yet, but in a way,
No.
Hypothetically, or like utopian, it's we should be able to codify it. Like the whole society kind of lives on rules, principles, agreements, like
norms, what's acceptable,
norms,
not
values.
acceptable.
We're just not aligned on what those should be.
Okay, I'm going to put a pin in this one because I feel like this conversation should maybe be with Yuval Noah Harari.
Can I just say the one thing
Yeah.
is it's the gray area, right? So there's a lot of black and white, and we understand that in society. I think it's a gray area.
Yeah.
And I think that's where AI really struggles.
Yeah.
Like it cannot infer, and that's when it really gets lost.